The Nanches.
Tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes.
Tell
Let's
him.
go. Canelo, come on.
Rap though, y'all. I always been a fighter. I play sports though. I play any sport.
I won the fight, I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if, this is the biggest fight in boxing today. I feel like this fight right here is like the last of the Mohicans. We both coming in the era where Floyd Mayweather was #1 pound for pound, Showtime, and HBO era.
Everybody gonna be saying, man, I'm being Roy Jones Jr. I'm coming out like Roy. Y'all must have forgot.
If you take a photo in the arena,
You get it.
I need to ask him. It's different. I know in his mind he thinks he can do whatever he wants because he's very talented fighter. He's a very good fighter. I like how he fights, but that's why there's
In a live video on his social media, pound for pound boxing champion Terence Crawford said something shocking that stunned the fighting world.
Rap though, y'all. I always been a fighter. I play sports though. I play.
In a recent interview, Terence Crawford stated that he really wanted to fight Canelo Alvarez and stressed how important it would be. He referred to the fight as one that would define his career. Crawford called the fight the pinnacle of modern boxing, highlighting its significance for both himself and the sport.
I won the fight, I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if, this is the biggest fight in boxing today. I feel like this fight right here is like the last of the Mohicans. We both coming in the era where Floyd Mayweather was #1 pound for pound, Showtime, and HBO era.
Crawford emphasized the importance of the bout even further, acknowledging the size difference between himself and the naturally bigger Canelo Alvarez. However, Crawford did not shy away from discussing the challenge.
Two guys, top 3, pound for pound, going head to head with each other, and I understand, Canelo is bigger than me and whatnot, but I'm up for the challenge.
When Crawford was asked about what scared him regarding Canelo, he talked about the problems posed by Canelo's size and strength. Crawford stressed that he had dealt with bigger opponents before in his career. "I just think, his punching power and his physical size are the only things that I really have to worry about," Crawford stated, showing his analytical approach to the matchup. However, he remained optimistic and open-minded about how the fight might unfold. "But who knows? Once we get in the ring, we don't know how I'll handle his punching power or his size," he remarked. Reflecting on his past experiences, he added, "I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, so I'm pretty familiar with that aspect of the game." Crawford described the potential matchup as a fascinating clash of traits and skills, delving into the physical and stylistic dynamics of a fight with Canelo Alvarez. He noted their similarities and differences, highlighting the balance of contrasting skills that both fighters would bring to the ring.
In fight, Canelo and me is the same height. I got longer reach than Canelo. I'm faster than Canelo. But Canelo is bigger than me. He's stronger than me. So we both giving away something, but we both gaining something.
Furthermore, His Excellency Turki Alik, a Saudi Arabian royal, played a pivotal role in trying to bring this mega fight to fruition.
The Nanches.
Tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes.
Let's
go. Canelo, come on.
After Crawford's dominant win over Israel Madrimov at 154 pounds, Alik approached Eddie Hearn with the idea of initiating talks with Canelo's team. His idea was to host this bout as part of Saudi Arabia's expanding presence in combat sports. Canelo, who has declined to comment on this topic, has now officially signed a 3-fight deal with Turki Alik.
Terence Crawford was Turki Alik at the other event across town. Put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turki Alik calling you out what's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
Hearn, who has long worked closely with Canelo, offered insight into the Mexican champion's reluctance during an interview with Fight Hype. "I'd be very shocked if that fight happens," Hearn admitted. He highlighted Canelo Alvarez's hesitance to commit to a potential fight with Terence Crawford, despite strong interest from Saudi Arabia. Hearn pointed out that His Excellency Turki Alik had been actively pushing for the fight, but Canelo's enthusiasm seemed lacking.
His Excellency's been pushing that fight. It didn't seem like it was something that Canelo was really up for, to be honest.
Eddie Hearn discussed Canelo Alvarez's reservations about fighting Terence Crawford, highlighting Canelo's concern that such a victory might not receive proper credit. Canelo allegedly felt that critics would dismiss the achievement due to Crawford moving up multiple weight classes from 154 pounds. "When I spoke to Canelo before about that fight, I think his feeling was, when I beat Crawford, everyone's going to say I've beaten a 154-pounder, Hearn stated. He further elaborated that, at this point in his career, Canelo prefers facing opponents who engage in direct, aggressive combat rather than elusive fighters who rely on movement. "I think at this stage, he doesn't want to be beating guys who are just moving all the time. He wants people who come to fight, and Crawford can't really come to fight like that in this matchup because he's at a massive size disadvantage and can't stand in front of Canelo." Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight king, continued to solidify his dominance at 168 pounds in 2023, delivering commanding wins over Jermell Charlo and Edgar Berlanga, reaffirming his status as a top-tier fighter known for seeking opponents who match his physicality and fighting style. Canelo has prioritized fights that align with his goals and maximize financial rewards.
Tibiev on February 22nd. Canelo could fight Bivol for the undisputed light heavyweight world championship. There's a fight. Charlo. People talk about Williams Skull. Back to the undisputed. But Canelo will fight anyway. But I don't see a lot of options for him right now. So maybe the Crawford fight is in play. If it happens, as good as Terence Crawford is, I just think he's too...
This includes his $150 million demand for a fight with David Benavidez, another top contender in his class. Such decisions show Canelo's preference for lucrative, legacy-building matchups over risky ventures like facing a smaller challenger.
Then when you think, what are the options for Canelo Alvarez?
Benavidez.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen either. He's put his flag in the sand, hasn't he? 150 million. I know he takes less, but I just don't see that. He's now up at 175, Benavidez. I don't see him coming back to 60.
Eddie Hearn discussed the challenges of making the Canelo vs Crawford fight happen and then shifted focus to possible alternative matchups for Canelo. He stated that while fans might be pushing for Canelo to face David Benavidez, he doesn't see that happening either. Canelo had allegedly set a demand for a massive $150 million for a fight with Benavidez, a sum that is unlikely to be met.
"I want Canelo." Is there anybody in the camp that would say, "You're not ready for this"?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just,
"Oh man, you a whoop his ass." Yes man type stuff.
yeah, I'm not.
If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want 200 million for Benavidez, and he want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his.
On the other hand, Terence Crawford has made his goals clear. After his spectacular 2023 win over Errol Spence to unify the welterweight division, Crawford turned his attention to greater challenges. Moving up to 154 pounds, he secured a victory over Israel Madrimov, signaling his desire to test himself further. Crawford has expressed a desire to face Canelo at 168 pounds, a move that would require him to jump 2 weight classes and confront major physical disadvantages.
Beat him, because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart.
Buddy McGirt voiced concerns regarding the weight division Crawford would enter. McGirt suggested that Crawford should avoid joining the fight at the full 168-pound super middleweight limit. He warned that if Crawford weighed in at 168 pounds on fight night, the extra water retention and weight gain could push him beyond 175 pounds.
Yeah, then Charlo. And he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
McGoat advocates for Crawford coming in at a lower weight, recommending a more strategic approach to ensure his mobility and stamina throughout the fight. They should come in under 168, try to get in good shape, whether he's 164 or 165. And on fight night, I think Terence is a good enough boxer that when he does get in there, regardless of what he weighs, he's going to handle his business. McGoat suggests that Crawford weigh in slightly below the 168 pounds limit, ideally around 164 or 165 pounds. He believes that Crawford's skill set and adaptability would help him perform well regardless of the weight. By entering the fight at a lower weight, McGoat suggests Crawford would be better able to retain his speed.
I'm tired of people saying what somebody can't do, what they won't be able to do. I say let's.
McGoat stresses the physical toll that extra weight could have on Crawford. He points out that if Crawford weighs in at 168 pounds and then balloons up to 175 pounds on fight night, that's a drastic increase from his normal fighting weight of 147 pounds.
I think Crawford is looking at just a huge fight with Canelo, and if he doesn't get it, he might not even fight anymore, because he's told me that.
Amir Khan, the former world champion, expressed his opinion that Terence Crawford would defeat Canelo Alvarez if the two were to meet in the ring. Khan, who has faced both fighters in his career, stated that Crawford's skill set and boxing IQ would give him the upper hand in a possible battle against Canelo.
I think a fight with Terence Crawford will be big, even though a lot of people think it's a total mismatch. I think Crawford.
He acknowledged that Crawford's exceptional technical skills, speed, and ability to adjust in the ring would eventually lead him to victory.
In the world, Canelo is one of the best in the world. Let's make it happen. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Well, I want to see the fight. And Canelo making great money. All my man Bud can't get none of that money. I mean, give my man Bud some of that.
The possible matchup has sparked debate among boxing experts. Veteran fighter Demetrius Andrade praised Crawford's skill but acknowledged the steep challenges he would face. Canelo is a big, bad fighter. He knows how to move, block, and take power shots, Andrade shared with Fight Hub TV. I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo, but he can still give him a good fight. Crawford's technical precision and adaptability will undoubtedly be on display, but the consensus remains that overcoming Canelo's physical advantages would be a daunting challenge. While the prospect of a Crawford vs Canelo showdown in 2025 lingers in the minds of fans, the likelihood of it happening remains slim. Both fighters have other possible paths to follow, with Crawford possibly defending his legacy against welterweight or junior middleweight contenders, and Canelo continuing to seek high-profile bouts within the super middleweight division. Craig Hackett voiced his desire for a Terence Crawford vs Canelo Alvarez fight, calling it an exciting matchup that fans should see. He said, "I want to see it put like that. I think it's worth seeing." Hackett is frustrated by the constant speculation and doubt surrounding what the fighters can do and thinks it's time for the fight to happen. He's tired of hearing about what one fighter can do and wants the two to face off, calling them both top-tier talents. He's urging for action, stressing that the fans are ready for the fight and it's time to stop debating and start making it happen.
Selves from 10 years ago. Simple. All right, let's make the fight though. Two great fighters. I want to see it. I'm voting for that fight. Crawford versus Canelo, Canelo versus Crawford. Let's make it happen.
Do you think we get the fight?
I hope we get.
Even though Hackett is a die-hard fan of Crawford and wants this fight, top trainer Robert Garcia recently added fuel to the fire of anticipation, saying that he had heard the highly anticipated fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez could actually happen.